Today, I am here with actress Maria Lago, who plays Susana in the remote office. Maria, I was going to call you Susana. Maria, welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm doing great. Happy to be
Awesome.
here.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a good chance just for people to learn a little bit about you and a bit about Susana and this crazy process we've gone through filming this Zoom show in the last 6 months or however long it's been. But yeah, tell us, I guess, a little bit firstly about who Maria Lago is, like very quickly.
So, well, I'm from Spain. I'm not pretending. Like for the people who think, oh my God, she's so good. The accent is amazing. It's my real accent. I'm from the north of Spain, and I've been living in London for 10 years now, doing acting. I've done a bit of theater, screen, a bit of everything. And I don't know, I just love comedy. So when I heard about this one, it was like, yes, please, let's do it.
Oh no, yeah, like I wrote this with that character with you in my head already because it was just obvious. Like everybody that we say this behind your back, but everybody that knows you, it's like Maria's so funny, but she doesn't know how funny she is.
But I don't know if I want to be like Susana. Sometimes she's a bit too much. I don't know. I don't know if that's
No,
like a
but you're not
compliment.
like Susana, but it was knowing who you are as Maria. It was for me very helpful to write that and have that idea in mind a little bit because I could use the language in a way that made sense, and so that was why it was more from that point of view. What did you think of Susana then? Like, how is she different to you? How is she similar? Maybe let people understand a bit about who she is as a character in the show.
I mean, I love her. I have like a lot of common problems with her. Like, all these
Oh,
like language miscommunications that I have. Like, that's my welcome to my life. Like, like you get so frustrated because people don't understand you, or like they have like these jokes with double meanings, and you are there like, like you have no idea what they're saying. So all that in the show is very realistic. So I love that. I think the thing with Susanna is like she's very sweet inside, but she has no filter. She just said it like she has like I wish, like if this was like a real person, you have to tell her, okay, first hear it in your mind and then you say it because it's like so like zero filter. But it's very fun to play her.
I mean, a lot of this was inspired by some people that I've worked with in the past when I worked at marketing agencies. And the people I had in mind weren't specifically like Susana, but some of them did have that thing where they didn't have the filter with some things. And I think it's also a cultural thing too, right? Like some things you might say in a Mediterranean country isn't as big of a deal or as offensive than if you say it to maybe someone from the north of Europe or in England, where that same thing to an English person would make them just think you're being super offensive. And I thought that
Oh
was
yeah,
very interesting to play with.
yeah, that's totally true. Like when you arrive here, yeah, you have to almost like lower down your Spanishness because it's like even things like you talking to people and you touch their arms, like obviously before COVID, now it's worse. No, no, no. But like even before, like people thinking like, oh, is she like flirting with me? It's like no, we just like closer or we talk like that. But it's true what you say. Like maybe I think it's not that we don't have a filter, but maybe friendships are more you tease more, so in your mind it's not like offensive in any way, but like something that Susana said. I hope I don't say them in real life.
No, we tell you. You've been here for 10 years, anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, they
But
will
I
tell me.
liked that, for me, Susana as a character was definitely one that was serious in her moments and, like you say, very helpful. But she also had little quirky things. Like we won't give away too much, but like, she talks and jokes. She doesn't joke. She talks about like witchcraft and the full moon and all these things. And like, no, but like it's not a joke at all for her, but for the others, they don't get that. And I thought it was nice to give her that personality where she's not just a good worker, like she has a different side to her as well that no other character has.
Yeah, I love that. And incidentally, I come from Galicia, which is known as the land of the witches. I'm not joking. I'm not saying I believe or
No,
I don't believe, but we
really.
always say like, I don't believe, but I don't know. We will see. I have like my spells as well in my
Wait,
face.
you're saying you're from the land of the witches and somehow magically I wrote that in the script for your character? It's as if
Oh my God.
it's as if I had no idea.
It's like it's meant to be.
It's like I just wrote basically characters around people and took their real lives. Just
It's like, do you have a camera in my, in my house?
I just know all of you enough to be able to take their ideas of who these characters are. Um,
Great thing.
Yeah, thank you. So obviously we did it all over Zoom, and that works because the idea is that it's remote. But like acting on Zoom is very different, and it's got its challenges. Like, how did you find that as an experience to act on Zoom, both maybe good things and challenging things?
Yeah, I remember when I read it, it sounded way more easy than what it was. I imagine for you was the same, like, because obviously I've been doing Zoom classes ever since the pandemic started. So you more or less get used to the whole thing of the eye lines, which is very weird. The energy is never going to be the same as when you are in the room or doing a scene. But more or less at this point, when we started the remote office, we already kind of knew that. But I think it was very difficult the fact that it's so many people in some scenes that you want to pay attention to all of them, like you will do in real life, and it makes it so much more complicated in the tiny squares. And then I don't know. I think it's amazing the fact that we can play with people that is in different cities. Like we have someone in LA, someone in the north of England, like which we couldn't have done it without Zoom. So that part is amazing. Yeah, I have like both things. For me, it was like a nightmare some days because of technology, because just it didn't want to work. So I literally have like some stress because of my whole technology. So I remember one day that it was, I don't know if you remember, like just didn't want to work and everybody was there already. And I felt like, like Jack in the Titanic, like, no, do it without me, save yourself, like just do it without me, because I was like really stressed. And I'm happy that we managed, without giving spoilers or anything, to include that in the scene and in the character in a
Well, that
way.
was a really cool thing, like because on the day, like it's difficult to bring people together, like generally, and so luckily, not luckily, but because we were in lockdown, it wasn't quite as difficult. But even still, to bring 9 or 10 people at the same time on more than one occasion wasn't always easy. So when they're all there, then it's like, okay, let's just do it and take advantage. So I remember when that day happened, it was like, okay, well, how long can we wait? We're just kind of waiting here. But the nice thing is everybody, like, you and everybody came together and sort of creatively found a way to make it work for the story without changing the original story too much. And that for me was really cool because it was never about here's a script and this is what it has to be. It was here's a script that's the blueprint, but really it's about everybody playing and creating together because we're all here just to make something as a group, not just to follow one order. So that actually was a fun example of how technology, whilst it didn't work, maybe made the scene better, actually.
I think because the people reacted like from their characters of like, oh God, her Wi-Fi again, or like, like all those things. So it was worthy in the end, but I was very stressed.
But then that worked for your character in the scene as well. So,
Yeah, that's true. So
it,
we learned, like things, and all these things always happen in every setting, in every acting job. So it's good to be able to do it. So thank you for not leaving me behind.
no, we were all on that door floating in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, but instead of like with Jack, where they decided to let him drown, we found space and pulled him
Exactly.
back up.
Learn from that, Rose.
I know, exactly. Selfish. Seriously. In Titanic 2, the sequel, maybe they'll do it differently. Amazing. Cool. What I want to do for the end here is I've got, in true Jimmy Fallon style, a little bit of a segment thing where I'm going to shuffle these random cards. These are
Oh
like
my God.
random questions. But if I think the question's like garbage, I'll just like pass. But I'm going to ask a question. I'll maybe pick 3 or 4. And as Susana, which I know isn't that different to Maria, but as Susana, answer the question. And maybe this will help people get to know Susana a little bit better.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm scared.
Oh no, that's a terrible question. Let's ask this one. This question is, in what ways are you prone to addiction?
What do you
So,
mean prone?
like, basically the question is, this is great because this is you as the character. What does prone mean? Basically the question is, what kind of things would you be addicted to, or are you addicted to?
Oh.
Doesn't have to be like drugs or alcohol. It could be a habit or a behavior.
What can I be? Well, biting my nails a lot
Susana
because
does do that. Yeah, Susana did do that.
company is driving me crazy with the whole thing. So no more nails anymore. And I've been crocheting to like going into a zen moment. So that's quite addictive.
Is that you, Maria, or you, Susana, or both?
You will never know.
Yeah, both. Oh, here we go. This one's good. Okay. If you had to live somewhere else in the world, where would you live, Susana?
Hawaii. Like just go there, go to the beach. No one can bother me. No, nothing of this like going to work. Not remotely. Just being in the beach, piña colada, taking the time.
And
Party.
finally, you wouldn't have to worry about Brexit anymore.
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay, last question, or maybe one more as a bonus. We'll see. What is the most surprising conversation you've ever had?
Can I reveal stuff? Because it's kind of like a spoiler, no?
I mean, let's not give too many spoilers away. So, as the producer had my producer hat's coming on, it's like, no spoilers.
So it's certain people in the office who reveal his method of getting women.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I'm like half disgusted, half interested, half intrigued, half what the hell is that? But that was
that was surprising. Maybe more. That's more like, what's the most disgusting conversation you've ever had?
Yeah, but I was kind of intrigued at the same time from a, I don't know, like
psychology perspective.
Yes.
Like, how does someone think that was
psychotic psychology? Like, what's going on there?
All right, one more for Susana. Final question. In what ways might you be a difficult person to work with or for?
Excuse me, I'm not difficult to work with. Like you are like lucky to have the honor to working with me. And when I open my company, I will let you know that I'm probably gonna be like a great boss. But like, yeah, I mean, they're lucky to have me. Even like, even the internet thing, if you think about it, how boring, you just know like the other people is gonna be there. With me, it's always surprise. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. So you're welcome.
Thank you, Susana. That was the perfect Susana answer, I think. Amazing. Cool. Well, look, now if we can shift into Maria Lago, I don't know if you need to take a moment.
Like acting?
Yeah, there's no process. Amazing. Thanks for chatting about Susana and the experience and all of that. Listen, like, last moment for you, I guess, if you want to share anything for anyone that's going to watch this, and maybe let them know where they can connect with you on the whole social media front. If you want to plug your social media, go for it.
Oh, am I supposed to know I never know my names because I keep changing them. You mean like all my Instagram and all those?
Yeah, isn't it Maria?
You will find me. Just put like Maria Lago actress online.
Yeah, I'll find it and I'll put it in the comments or something.
I cannot like guarantee that my posts are always like very.
No, your posts on Twitter definitely are very like they're
my Twitter is based in my real life, and my real life sometimes is just like a sitcom, but for real, like so many ridiculous things happen to me. So everything is in there. So it's not like, don't be looking for something very like.
No, but your tweets are full of humor, and they're always actually quite a nice thing to read because Twitter's full of all kinds of terrible tweets, but yours are actually quite funny and they're actually quite real. So if anyone wants it,
my real life disasters, just come and watch.
Yeah. There you go. The real. Amazing. Yeah, it's Mary Lake, isn't it?
I think so. Mary Lake, yeah, probably. MERY Lake, because lake is lago, means lake in English. So yeah, but you will find me there.
And Maria is the British equivalent is Mary.
Yeah, that was my first theater director gave me that name, like saying in Spain. He said, like, if you ever have to work in English, you will be Mary Lake. And then people start to call me that. And that's how my friends call me Mary Lake.
Oh, amazing. I just thought you did it for people when you came to England as like a joke.
No, they like most of my friends and family, they call me Mary Lake. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I started in that school in Madrid. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, on that case then, Maria Lago, thank you very much for joining.
Thank you very much.
And people can tune into the remote office to catch Maria doing her thing with Susana.
I hope so.